Hi, today we're going to be unboxing Transformers Generations Thrilling 30s 2014 edition of Transformers Generations. Skill level 1, made by Hasbro. It contains Autobots, the leader Optimus Prime, and Lower. It says Autobots also on the side. Nice Autobots picture of Optimus Prime right there. It's like a triple cannon gun. Really cool. Nice little half picture of the Autobot logo symbol. Looks really cool. Series 2, and this is number 1 in the lineup. Now, I don't know, like, if we let this Autobot, he looks kind of okay, but if you take a look at the small little one right here, he's kind of got the gun hanging off his arm. He looks like a little bad guy, almost like a Terminator type of look that he's got going on right there. Looks really cool. On the bottom says also available Bumblebee, which looks almost like a G1 version of Bumblebee, but it's not. They call it a sports car, so half G1, half modern day Transformer. And then we had Blitzmaster, or Blaze Master, which looks really cool. Like a helicopter with a mini machine Gatling gun on the front. Nothing on the side except for Optimus Prime and Autobot Lower. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot on the bottom. You can also load on to check out the Transformers Collectors Club at TransformersCollectorsClub.com. I will leave that link down below in the description right there. So, yeah. Let's turn on the bat. Let's actually get to the little story here. Autobot Lower has been the consistent companion of Optimus Prime for all the countless years of the war. Silently, patiently, he has stood by the Autobots' commander, supported him as a leader, and served him as a warrior. For all intents and purposes, Autobot Lower is a part of Optimus Prime and just as great a hero. So yeah. So Optimus Prime originally has, the standard truck mode for like G1 series and throughout all the series except for like Beast Wars series. Obviously because, Beast Wars were Beast Wars. So they're saying Autobot War, here he is in his little vehicle mode. Which got this Gatling, why do I call it a Gatling gun? It's not. It's like a beam rifle that he has on his thing, or what they call in Transformers, Energon rifle. So then he converts into a robot mode, and then he combines by becoming a weapon master to a triple barrel cannon, I guess you could call it, or a 2-barrel cannon with a Energon rifle on top. A little history, if you didn't know Autobot War, I think we only saw him probably 2 times in the whole G1 Autobot series. One time, he came out of like Optimus Prime's trailer and, just pretty much had like a little gas can. So Optimus Prime was like, I want low on gas, which they use Energon, obviously. What he does, he opens up the back door of his little trailer. Autobot War comes out, comes around the side, and fills him up. How cool is that? He got like a little portable on wheels Energon, which would be ear to a gas tank carrier. Which is kind of cool. And the other time I think is when he had a bomb strapped to him, and he was supposed to blow up a cave with all the Decepticons. That they were going to send Autobot Bumblebee in, I believe, along with Jazz. I believe those were the 2 that they were going to send in. And I think they backed out, so he got stuck. And then all of a sudden you saw Lower come out of the wedges, and they're like, oh, we don't care. And they're like, oh, hey, Lower, I guess you made it out of the explosion. And Lower's like, what do you mean, oh, hey, I made it out of the explosion. You should be like, oh, Lower, we're so great, you survived that big explosion in that cave that we strapped a bomb to you. No love for Lower, pretty much throughout the whole series. Even Optimus Prime didn't really give Lower any love. And it's kind of like, come on, bro, fist bump, he's your partner. He refilled you up with Energon when you were running low to keep your moving on the road. Before you strap a bomb to him, he goes into the cave, blows up the cave with the Cybercons. He comes out and you're like, oh hey, I guess you made it. You're still alive. And it's like, what? Come on! It's like, oh, you're so... Thank the Matrix, you're alive! Thank all the Autobots, you're so alive! You didn't, like, go offline in the explosion. No. So really, no love for Wower, which is pretty sad. So yeah, here's a little bio things of, you know, Optimus Prime and Wower. You can go to IDWPotion.com. They made all the comic books for the 4 and 30s, you know, big deluxe fitters, I want to call them. Not for these little small little fitters. But yeah, I will leave that link down below in the description. You know, you could join them on Facebook, Transformers.com. I will leave that Transformers.com thing, the link down below, and you know, you can watch them also here on the YouTube channel. So yeah, let's get this open up. I know it took a little bit of time, but you know, since they are giving us a Wower in here, I thought I'd kind of give you a little history if you didn't know about Autobot Wower. You know, obviously he was always hidden in Optimus Prime's trailer, which no one would pay too much attention to. He didn't really get any FaceTime at all, you know. Like, I believe 1 or 2 episodes. No one in the whole Autobot series really cared about Wower. Half of them I don't even knew that he existed. So yeah. We'll just set that out of the way a little bit. So let's take a look at, I guess, Optimus Prime first. I don't know if the camera can focus too good. Now I know on camera his head does seem a little bit blurry. There we go. But trust me, he does have his painted eyes. Now, there we go. We could see his eyes better. They are painted silver. And on the box they look to be blue colored. But trust me, the actual toy is silver. Now they do actually have these little vents on top of his little head crest right there. So that's the same thing. Now granted, on the box we're going to see the little vent flaps on his head because, you know, the artwork and the actual toy, since it's just so small and miniature scale, they can't actually put the little flaps in there. I'm calling them vent flaps, but you can kind of see why in there. He doesn't actually have that. Other than that, everything else seems to be pretty much good on him. I've never really seen anything that's like out of proportion or, you know, not painted in or not really done in detail, except, like I said, pretty much just that little part in his head. Now if we open up his chest a little bit, there is actually a piece of plastic here which you can remove. Just take it and actually slide it down to remove this piece of plastic. So I guess you could kind of have his chest closed up like that and then slightly open to kind of form that, which opens up completely, so you kind of have to play around with it, which is a bit frustrating. But you kind of want them to close slightly, like how it shows on the box here. And it is a little difficult to do. Now obviously on the box you can see through the windshield, and obviously the windshields are painted here. That's just obvious, okay? But yeah, his height, let's see, 1, 2, about maybe 2, and I want to say a quarter, not quite 2.5. But really cool feature, you could actually hide it, and then when you pull it out, which is kind of hard to do, you can actually see it kind of almost looks like the Autobot Matrix, or Matrix of Leadership. I know it's a little bit different, but just the way how it kind of goes in there and kind of looks like the little handles on the side, kind of could, if you had to. like I said, you really want to pull his shoulders back and just kind of work with the little windshield. It's difficult to kind of get that. As for posability, let's go up, back, bend at the knee, in, out. No waist action. The head does turn a 360 degree, and if you let, there is a little slight hole on the bear's head. His head could go up and down a bit, but I wouldn't do that because it kind of pushes his head inward and come on it out. Arms all the way around. A little bit side action there. A little bit up and down. Back and forth. That's about it for his arm rotation. Kind of limited, but you do gotta remember he is a small little fitter. Now let's get on to Lower. So here's Lower. You know, he's got Optimus Prime's somewhat standard Energon rifle. Now I do know the original one does have a little buffer butt pad that comes down here to, you know, take the recoil from every time it fires a shot, and this one doesn't. It just has this little piece that's kind of cut off in the back here, which looks like a little buttstock could attach to there, but it doesn't. And on top there is like this little thing that looks like a little pad right there. So a mini pad, which doesn't do anything, but yeah, you can put it up there. So Lower does have a little weapon now. Unpad it and put it in Optimus Prime's hand. Kind of like his original gun they usually uses against Megatron, with a slight little variation. Other than that, it's still pretty cool, I would say. We'll just unpad that. Now to get him into what we call robot mode, all you do, actually, you know what? Let me zoom in a bit. So he does have wheels that does roll. So let me zoom out a bit. There we go. So yeah, all these wheels do roll except for the middle one. The middle one does not roll. So the one that you obviously see the little metal going through, and the back ones, they roll. So you're going to flip that little piece up. And to get him into robot mode, all you do is take him from that and just put him like that. That's pretty much it. And then just flip up the side pieces. And he's got arms. He does have hands, so you can see that he does have hands. On camera, they don't really show up too good, but in person, also the same. Don't show up too good. Now, you can't hold Optimus Prime's gun, but if you take it and flip it to the small little pad, here's why he has that little small pad. So he could actually hold Optimus Prime weapon. So, just to note, on his back and Optimus Prime, the big little pad that comes out here, to have him hold it, you just take it and flip it around to the small little pad, and he will actually hold the weapon, which is kind of loose in his hands. But either way, on the big pad, it works great. Now they're saying he has one more mode, so he's supposed to be kind of like a triple change transformer here. But I believe he actually has another mode. So okay, they're saying pretty much to change into weapon mode, we're going to want to fold him back into vehicle mode, obviously. And then we're going to take the back of it, pop it up like that. Keep on going, keep on going. Something kind of like that, I believe. Pull the little pad down. Yep, that's as far as it'll go. Take this, okay, flip it around to the small pad, throw it in the little hole right there that you can see right there. So we're going to put it on in there, which is actually a super tight fit. Did you hear that snap? That snap is actually the gun and the side arms. If you look down there, there's the little cannons, which is his feet in robot mode. So yeah. So now you got this twin barrel cannon with a energon rifle. Now if you look there, here you can see that they are kind of rifled. And yes, you can see both barrels are rifled, but I don't know if it'll show to us on camera, but Optimus Prime's main energon rifle, if you can actually get a good look down the barrel, it is rifled just like this. So what you see on the two little gray pieces has the same thing on the black gun. You can see it a lot better in person than on camera, but yeah. And so he could kind of put this into his hand, which is super tight, but you could get it in there. And you could get him into like, let me put it on the side. This kind of bad Terminator pose where it's like, Hasta la vista, Megatron. One should stand and one should fall while I shoot you with my double barrel cannon beam rifle gun. You're gonna fall, Megatron. I know on the box it showed like he could come on under it and kind of support the weight. Yeah, he's not gonna do that because, I mean, like his arm. So, chances are you are never gonna get him in this post, just the way how it's made. You're only gonna get him in that post, which is pretty much this post right there. So let's take this out, take the gun out, convert him back into truck mode, I guess, or some variation of a, I don't know, truck, I guess, not a truck. I don't know, he almost looks kind of like an armored mini truck or a Hummer. Just the way how he's coming out with the Jeep. Now he does have another mode, so we do know that he has originally 3 modes. Vehicle mode, warp mode, and a weapon master mode. Okay, so let's work on Optimus Prime and get him into vehicle mode. So let's see what we do here. We actually turn him around the back and take his little trailer hitch, which should have been up, which only goes up about that far. So we just bring it down. Next step, we fold out the arms and flip back the head. So turn him around, arms come out to the side, head gets flipped back. As you're seeing, yeah, the head gets rotated backwards, which does not work. So what they're actually telling you in the instructions is the head will actually go to the back pat or the back. No, it does not. The head actually goes forward like that. Okay. So I really don't know why they were telling you the other way, but this is pretty much the only way that it would go. Okay, so now that you got that kind of done, close the pieces around his head. So, which doesn't want to work too much. So you can. So if you really do it, he does have a little bit of waist articulation, but not that much. So you kind of want to do that. Get it up like that. Then let's see, where else are we? Take the whole cab and flip it upward. So they're saying take this and flip it upward as into what? I guess you could twist that up and around like that. So I just did. Which they don't actually tell you to twist it up and around. to just tell you flip it upward. So let's actually go back around to original way, which was this way. I'm just trying to see how is it possible. So they're saying, okay, his arms up like this. Then we flip, push his legs together and flip him up. So pad the little legs together on a little tab system. This doesn't really want to pad into good, but they're just supposed to merge like that. And then they're saying that this flips up like that. So he will be standing something like that way. Then we're supposed to lay him down like that. Push the front cab part in. So front cab part gets pushed in. Which doesn't really want to stay too much to anything. It just kind of flaps around there. Which should go in underneath the windshield. Which I guess you do have to kind of flip it around a bit. So don't follow their instructions, follow my instructions. Because what they're telling you is have the windshield facing the back window and flip it up this way. Yeah. So what you want to do is actually have it and flip the windshield around, which they don't tell you in the instructions, and get it in there, which kind of pads in there a lot better. So yay. From what they're telling you in the instructions, does not work. Because that's what I'm following. Then I follow my own thing, and look, we got the front part of the cab done. Then just slide the arms back around and into each other. So, pretty much like the original G1 series, the arms go back, this comes back down, and they should lock into each other. And they do. So, back around like that. So, if you didn't see what I did, just fold it back, take the arm and fold it in. Which takes a little bit of practice, but you can pretty much get it. Now the only real problem I have is the little tabs on his feet. I think if they had a little pad system, it would work a lot better than the tabs, but you know, it's a small little thing. What are you going to do? Now, it rolls, see, super good. Actually a lot better than lower rolls. But what a lot of people have found out is, you know, like we said, roller is a triple changer. Vehicle mode, wallet mode,